You could hear the tolling of the bells from churches countrywide this morning. They tolled to celebrate the life of Belize's first Governor General, a woman who aimed high in all things and loved her country above all else. She's been honoured with 3 days of national mourning and a state funeral that this morning started with a cortege at the foot of Belize City's Swing Bridge. And as it moved along Albert Street, one couldn't help but notice spectators, elegantly dressed and with an air of reverence from a bygone era, who followed the procession and made sure to pay their respects. On the way, the cortege would pause, marking the somber occasion with a moment of silence that stilled the air, casting a spell that could hardly be broken by the next toll of Wesley Church bells. It was an occasion that could hardly be ignored. Dame Benita's remains were then escorted to the Cathedral of St. John the Baptist at the end of East Albert Street. And inside the cathedral, the few invited guests were treated to words of admiration for Dame Benita from the Prime Minister himself.
Dame Elmira Minita Gordon was a beaming, brilliant, and towering Renaissance Belizean. Her parents, Frederick Gordon and May Dakers, migrated from Jamaica to Lucky Strike, Belize, in the 1920s. Elmira, along with her 5 siblings, grew up like all the Belizean children in their generation. I am sure none would imagine that the little girl who was born in Belize City on 30th December 1930 and grew up on Blue Street would become our nation's first Governor General and the first woman Governor General in the Commonwealth.
And while becoming Governor General may have been her greatest achievement, it was far from her only one.
In recognition of her impressive achievements, Dame Benita is included in publications such as the Who is Who in the Commonwealth, Who is Who of Intellectuals, Who is Who of Professional and Business Women, Who is Who in Latin America, the International Yearbook and Statesman's Who is Who, and Marquis Who is Who. With her very busy schedule, Dame Benita set aside time for recreation and to pursue her hobbies. Her hobbies included leather craft, knitting, crocheting, making macrame handbags, and making soft toys for children. She learned to play the recorder while she studied in Canada and played alto recorder in the recorder band. She also enjoyed traveling and interacting with people of different cultures. Dame Benita was a loving, thoughtful, caring, and considerate person. She was always ready to help those in need. She hosted annual Christmas parties for underprivileged children. She gave a number of scholarships to Belizean youth to attend high school and also to adults to study abroad.
It would be remiss of me not to comment on her work as an educator. I pay tribute to her and place on record on behalf of our entire education system and on behalf of all my colleague ministers of education, past and present, our deepest gratitude to her for her contributions to our children and their teachers.
But Dame Benita's impressions were made on more than just her students. Stanley Lisama used to attend tea parties at the Governor General's house and even remembers being scolded for drinking out of the sugar bowl because the teacups, in his opinion, were much too small.
My family and the Governor General was very close friends, and I used to carry bread and bun for her at her house too, because my grandaunt used to sell bread and bun. And me and she was very close friends. Sometimes we go to the house and we also have a tea party. And when my dad was the mayor in '84, she was the Governor General, and they also invite the Queen of England.
But whether she was serving the Queen or serving the underprivileged, Dame Benita made sure always to do her best.
The sum total of all is that Dame Benita served us well as the first Governor General of Belize. a job she executed with excellence and grace. So today we honor her. We pay tribute to her lifetime of work, dedication, and sacrifice to our beloved nation. And we celebrate a life well lived. Dame Minita Gordon ended her pilgrimage here on earth on 1st January 2021. But her legacy will live on and should inspire generations of young Belizean women.
Cherise Halto, 7 News.